40.
I used to welcome new artists to this podcast, and in this last episode we talk about the pop new wave here in Spain, which is kind of different from new pop in Europe, UK, or in the United States, maybe from the rest of the world, I think. Our new pop is all about drums, punk music, and is simple but efficient lyrics that connect straight to young people. Today I have Griff by my side. She's a new British artist who is supporting DUA LIPA's future nostalgia tour around Europe, and she's going to do this with Coldplay as well in London. Hi Griff, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Thank you for being here. I'm fine.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to see you again.
Yeah. How is it going with DUA LIPA, your experience with her?
It's good. It's been like a few months now, so
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I've never done a tour this long, ever. So it's like weird being on a tour bus, not being home, but it's really fun. It's crazy to like every night look out at an arena full of like 15,000 people. Yeah.
Is there any anecdote? Because I saw you were with her. You've been to Paris, for example.
Yeah.
To Barcelona.
Yeah. We've been hanging out. She like, Dua's really good at like wining and dining you. So she'll know her favorite restaurants, her favorite wine places, and then she's a feeder. So she'll be like, eat, you need to order this, you need to eat this. But yeah, we've just been hanging out and she's really cool to be around. Yeah, really inspiring.
So is she supportive? Like, has she given to you any advice?
Weirdly, I feel like I probably should like ask her for advice, but I just like haven't yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like we more just talk about like everyday life.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to ask her for some like what she actually thinks and her advice. But I don't know. We never really talk about work, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. In this podcast, we talk about hits.
Mm.
And I would like to have a conversation about your song Head on Fire with Sigrid.
Yes.
Because I think it's kind of interesting for so many reasons. First one, because this is one of your first collaborations, right?
Yeah, I've done a few in the past, but I think this is my favorite one because...
You've made one with Honey?
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
Hon. And like Zed, which was a dance song. But I think this one I love because I think you rarely see two young pop girls come together.
Yeah.
And I think girls are always put against each other and it's always competition. And so I think me and Sigrid really loved it because it just felt like we were two young pop girls having a really good time and coming together. So yeah.
And what do you think about making a whole album full of collaborations or to start a career with featurings? Do you think it's a lack of identity, maybe?
I think you have to be careful with it. Like, I think when you do it too much too early, it can confuse things. But I think if it's all about who you're doing it with in the song, I think, as well. And for me, I think people really loved Head on Fire because me and Sigrid were actually friends. Like, you know, sometimes you can tell that two artists have just like been put together by their label and they don't actually know each other or like hang out with each other. Whereas because me and Sigrid were friends first, it just felt a lot more natural to do it. So yeah.
So you two met at an event, maybe?
Yeah, it was London Fashion Week, and we were both
Okay.
we're both at this fashion show, but it was like full of so many fashiony people, and we were just sitting there like feeling a bit out of place. And then I kind of plucked up the courage to go and say hi.
So she's into fashion, like you?
Yeah, she is. Well, she was there, and we were just having a good time. But I think we both felt a bit out of
Weird.
place because we're obviously musicians and not like in fashion. So yeah.
I would like to know the meaning of the song.
I'm trying to remember the day we wrote it. I think we were just talking and we were like humming. She was playing all these chords and I was humming like the chorus melody. And we were singing that like Head on Fire lyric. And I think it's basically just about like when you really want someone important in your life there with you and they're not there and it's frustrating and it's like a very dramatic physical feeling of like just wanting someone there, you know?
So it's something that happened to you.
I think so.
Really?
I think we love to write songs that like are open, that everyone can relate to. So we obviously can always relate to it. So yeah.
Did you have the lyrics or it was just a process with Sigrid?
No, it was like, so we met at the fashion show and then the week after we had a studio session and I think we both just wanted to hang out because she was in London for a while and I think she was feeling a bit like tired and lonely as well. So it was nice for us to just hang out and then, yeah, like I said, she was just playing these chords and then I think we got the melody first and then we wrote the lyrics together.
There's a line which is try to make a shape of you. Is this a sign of appreciation to your own song?
It wasn't at all. Not at all, but I think it's just coincidental. But yeah, I mean, I'll let people take it how they want to.
And what's your favorite part of the song?
I either love...
Like, I can relate totally to this part.
Yeah.
You know?
I either love the bridge just because I love singing it, or I love all the breaks in the chorus because it's like, I think I'm losing my mind. And it's just like, it's really fun to do live.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I just love that musical part.
Do you think through songs is the best way to get to know you better?
Ooh,
Or through fashion?
I feel like it's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
I think the songs will always be like my heart and my soul, and
Okay.
I'll put everything into that. But I feel like there's a lot outside of the music that I love too, like clothes and fashion, and you know, yeah.
And about highlights, how was the experience at the Tonight Show of Jimmy Fallon?
Oh my gosh, Jimmy Fallon! I forgot we did that actually. It's weird at the moment with TV shows like that because we like. They're starting to be back in person now, like this we can do in person, which is really nice. But that one was still filmed remotely. So we filmed it in London, and then you kind of just send it to them, and then they put it on TV. So we never got to meet Fallon, but it was still really fun to film it, and we got like real pyro and fire going and stuff. It was
I
fun.
thought you were there.
No, we weren't there. I'm sorry. I burst your bubble.
What does this song mean to you?
I think it's similar to what I said earlier. For me, the song's like, it's a really important statement just to see, like I said, two girls come together. I think for me it means like strength, it means like female power. I know it's such a cliche like thing to talk about, but I think it's really important to see two girls come together and like not be in competition, but to really have like a sisterhood. And so for me, that's why the song's really important, you know?
Recently, you talked about numbers, about TikTok, about TikTok's views and followers and the importance labels give to that. You know this viral moment of Halsey?
Yes.
On TikTok. I don't know what do you think about this, about numbers, and if you feel pressure or something like that?
Yeah, I think about it all the time because we have to. I think it's really sad. I think the music industry is in a really sad place right now. I know a lot of people on the Halsey thing were thinking it was faked or whatever, but I really don't, because that conversation is like, it was so unshocking to me. Like, I feel like all artists that saw that TikTok were like, we have those conversations every single week, every single day. And it's just not, we don't think about music anymore, which is like really sad. Like every day I wake up and I think about what I've got posted on Instagram, my stories, my grid, my TikTok, my YouTube Reels, Twitter, Facebook. And then after that, then maybe you think about music. So I think we're in a really like sad, weird place at the moment where labels don't know how to market any other way. But I hope and pray it's just a phase, you know?
I wanted to talk about this because you used to make these TikToks and YouTube videos against the clock. Where you challenge yourself and another artist to finish a version of one song in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Is it better to work under pressure, or it is just something that helps you to avoid responsibilities?
I don't know. I feel like the pressure thing was really fun to do for Against the Clock. I mean, I still want to do more. I just haven't had a moment to do more. And I kind of ran out of friends to ask to come on the podcast.
When you finish the
I
tour.
need to like make a whole new group of like musician friends and then do it again. But I love doing Against the Clock because it's fun. And I think with people's attention span, it's like a good way of seeing how I work at home in like a short time. But generally, I can't do the pressure, not with songwriting. Like right now, I think, again, with labels, it's always such a pressure to release new music all the time. And I'm like, we can put as much pressure on as we like, but the more pressure I have, the more it doesn't feel like I'm going to feel creative, you know? Yep. So, yeah, I think the real songs that I love, I can't be under pressure.
So it's just for the fun of it?
Yeah, I think so. And I think also that's like how I started. I think whether I was actually doing this as a career or not, I would always be writing songs in my room. So, yeah, it was never about doing it under pressure and for people, you know? Yeah.
I usually play voice notes from fans.
Okay.
In this podcast, and I have one for you.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Hi, this is Jay, and I just wanted to say hello to Griff. I love your last banger, it's so great, and I think that we've all been there at some point of our lives, so keep on making such great music, because I just feel so connected with what you make. And that's it, cheers, I love you so much, thank you. Keep on rocking.
Oh
Keep
my
on
God,
rocking.
Jay, I'm going to keep on rocking just for you. That's so sweet.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Where this is about what Head on Fire produces in him, you know, it's for him.
Yeah, I love that. It's like there's so many layers of why I think I love the music thing, and it's like it's really fun to write the song and for me to love it, and then it's a crazy new bonus when you know that people come up to you and really love the songs you've written. So yeah, it really means a lot.
And what does it mean to your family? Have you talked to them about this?
My mom is kind of infamous on my TikTok and social media
Really?
for like being a typical Asian mum and like being so unfazed by pop culture. Like she literally is so unbothered by it, and I'm always like, hey mum, I've won a Brit, or like, hey mum, you know, I'm going on tour with DUA, and she's like, okay, sounds good, like do the washing.
Like she doesn't mind or something?
I think she's just like, it's so not her culture. Like she comes from such a different culture, so I think she's obviously proud in her own way, but she's very unbothered. I think she just wants me to do the chores and tidy my room, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to talk about future.
Okay.
Something you would change about the music industry.
Ooh. Oh my God,
Difficult.
so many things. What would I change? I'd love to see, I mean, the obvious thing is like internally in the music industry and like labels and the business side of it, I would love to see more diversity and more women and more cultures at the top and holding the power, and I would love to see TikTok end. Yeah.
And what would you expect? Like, what's the next thing we're going to have from you?
Ooh, it's weird because in lockdown it was like 2 years where I was starting to grow, but we didn't do any shows, and so now this year all of those shows are catching up with us. So we've got festivals. I'm at Primavera next week, and Glastonbury, and then we support Coldplay in London, and then we go on tour with Ed Sheeran. So it's lots of touring, and then I'm just going to be trying to write an album. So yeah.
Kind of a dream, the Coldplay.
It's crazy. It's such a dream. Yeah, I couldn't ask for like better opportunities and like more incredible artists to be giving me a chance. So yeah.
Well, Griff, thank you very much for being
Thank
here.
you so much. Lovely to see
Such
you.
a lovely chat.
Thank you.
And good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
You're going to be a star more
Hopefully.
than you are.
One day.
Yeah,
Thank
of course.
you.
Thank you.
Suscríbete y entérate de todo.